Okay, so I got a question for you. Are you sending out a lot of emails or doing a lot of copy for your website and not getting the results that you want? Well, it could be the copy that you're using. I've got access to 4 different AIs that I use on a regular basis. And there's one that I use for copy. And I'd like to cover that in this video. Let's get into it. Once again, guys, welcome to the channel. So happy that you're here. Coach Scott King. And well, today I want to talk about copy and why it's so important. So again, I've studied the best coaches online. I've spent tens of thousands, probably up to $100,000 just in different coaches over the last 5 years to get the results that I've been able to get with my DJ business. Now, I took my DJ business from 100,000 in 2021 to 420,000 this year in 2025. And I was able to do that because I've taken classes from the best coaches on the planet for internet marketing. And while I want to talk today about something that's really, true to my heart, and a lot of people may overlook it because, it may not seem as important, or you may have an AI and think that's just good enough. And well, it may be, and it could be getting you some results. Yet at the same time, wouldn't you like to have some AI that's just a little bit better? Or would you want to leave something up to chance if an AI was talking to somebody like a computer and maybe you lost a sale because you just sounded like everybody else and you weren't talking to somebody like a human? So right now, I'm going to cover 4 different types of AIs, and I want you to be able to see the difference. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll go over it together. And why is it important? It's important because you could be just, shown one thing and not realize there's something else out there that's way better. And I don't mean just a little bit better. I mean like way better. If you get the AI to even have your type of personality. There's one AI, my favorite AI, that just didn't spit out answers because you asked a question. It asked you more questions to make sure it got it right. And that's important. And that's what makes the difference between being, just a beginner, just hoping to get some sales, versus somebody who really has left no stone unturned to make sure that they're able to get the message across to their lead, prospect, customers. And you want to make sure to put your best foot forward. So let's get into it. All right. So with using all these different AIs and such, since I have all these different coaches and I've traveled all around the world, one of the coaches that I went to go see, his name is Frank Kern. And he is a copy geek, I guess you could call him. And if you're unfamiliar with what copy is, basically copy is the words that you see when you buy something, or if you're looking at a magazine and there's some words that go along with, whatever an offer is on an advertisement. Copy is basically just the words that you would see to engage you into buying something. And well, Frank Kern's one of the original online entrepreneurs, salesmen. Since I've taken all these classes from all these students of his, I didn't realize he was the man behind the curtain. And when I found that out, I went and purchased his class, and I'm still a part of it now. And I'm a part of his inner circle. And well, he really geeks out on copy. So I pay for his AI that writes copy. It's called Project Shepard. I'll make sure to leave a link in the video. And I wanted to test between Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT, which for the purposes of this video, I have the $200 a month ChatGPT. Let's see how it does. And basically, this is all live. And well, I just love Project Shepard. It blows away the other ones. And well, I asked Project Shepard to give me a prompt. We're going to go to some new windows, fresh start, and we can compare them. We'll A/B them together on screen. It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. So let me minimize my screen. So basically, I was using Project Shepard to help me craft a fair analyzation of the different AIs that are out there that write copy, because there's a lot of people out there that may think all AIs are the same or are equal. That is not the case, which we will soon find out. So again, blank screen. I got the prompt, which is I asked Project Shepard to kind of help me along. So let's see where we're at right now. It wants me to write a prompt. Well, let's read what it wanted me to say first. So I've got access to ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and Project Shepard, and I wanted to see which one actually writes marketing copy that doesn't make me want to throw my laptop out the window. I'm going to give all of them the exact same prompt and show you what comes back. Spoiler alert, 3 of them are going to sound like robots, and the other one's going to sound like a college essay. And we'll see which one actually makes more sense when you're writing copy. And for anybody out there that doesn't think copy is that important or that any AI can do it, Frank Kern and I would beg to differ. Because the way, like even in my office, right? So I have my assistant and a there, and when it comes down to making sure that you write the exact perfect copy when you're sending back to a client, we use Project Shepard. Now we do have ChatGPT, and we have a custom GPT to help me with some things for emails that come in that that need just quick answers. But when it comes down to making something serious or sending out something to get sales, we're using Project Shepard. That's just where we go. And it's worth the $40 a month that I pay for it because it's made me back in sales unmeasurable amount of money. So again, I read the script. We're going to take this and we're going to talk about our business and then see what's going on. So ChatGPT, write a 200-word email prompting my AI business inspection service. I help small business owners automate their follow-ups and lead magnets, make conversation and direct. Website is aibusinessinspection.com. And then I'm just going to copy that into Gemini, and then I'm going to copy that into Grok. So basically, it's going to write an email for me. It says, hey there, quick question. How many leads have slipped through the cracks this month because you were busy or working? If you're still manually replying to DMs, missed calls, and just checking in text, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing it the hard way. And it's costing you time, money, and sanity. That's exactly what my AI business inspection fixes. In this inspection, I took a look how your leads are coming in. Website, Facebook, Instagram, Google, referrals, how you're following up, and where the breakdown happens. Then I map out a simple automation plan so leads get response fast, follow-ups happen automatically, and appointments get booked without you chasing people all night. Think instant replies, automated follow-up sequences, lead tracking so nothing gets lost, a system that works while you're sleeping, basically. If you want your business to feel lighter and run smoother, start here. And then it gives you the website. Book your AI inspection at the website. All right. Not too bad. It's pretty good. It'll work in probably many cases. Like it's pretty well written. And then let's go here. Let's check that one out. I'll get straight to the point. Most small business owners are unintentionally leaving money on the table because you're simply too busy to chase every lead. If you felt the ping, guilt knowing a potential client reached out, but you didn't have the time to reply immediately, I'd love to help at AI Business Inspection. I help business owners like you automate heavy lifting, lead management, and follow-ups. We don't do bot speech. We build systems that handle your initial outreach and nurturing in a way that feels personal, timely, and most importantly, consistent. The goal is to make sure no lead falls through the cracks again, allowing you focus in rushing your business instead of managing a spreadsheet. You can see the audit and automation aibusinessinspection.com. All right, so this thing is like hard to read. It's talking to a business owner like they know what all this stuff means. And then over here, this felt rigid, right? Then that was ChatGPT. And then let's go to Grok, which is what I've found to be the most driest of copy out there. All right, so running a small business is tough without spending hours chasing leads or remembering who to follow up with next. I've been there watching opportunities fade because there's just aren't enough hours in the day. That's why I created AI Business Inspection, a simple, powerful service that automates your follow-ups and lead magnets so nothing falls through the cracks. Imagine this. Every inquiry gets an instant personalized response. Hot leads get nurtured automatically. Warm prospects, again, it's using words that like a marketer would understand. It's not using words that my client or my lead would understand. Warm prospects recently received reminders exactly the right time, and you get a clear dashboard showing what's working, all without lifting a finger. No complicated software, no huge upfront costs. We see we set everything up for you, tailored to your business, and you start seeing results fast. Okay, so I guess structurally it's all there, right? But it doesn't understand NLP, right? It just doesn't understand like how to talk to someone's subconscious. It's like the words are there. I'm reading them. I'm not freaking moved by any of this. Like, I mean, you'll see in a minute, right? Like, let's just go to Project Shepard. Again, Frank Kern, Project Shepard, chat.ojoy.ai. I'm going to go to, Project Shepard. I'm just going to write the same prompt, and then see what it says. And this is without me, like, prepping it or anything. It's just a new chat, and here we are. Let's see what it does. So I appreciate you reaching out. I love to help you create an effective promotional email for your AI business inspection. See, it didn't freaking write it. It's asking me more questions because it doesn't assume. It wants to get the job done right. All right, so anyway, let me read the rest. However, to write copy that truly resonates with your target audience and converts, I need to gather some information from you first. Let me start with a few questions to understand the service. What specific problem or plan points to your service for small business owners? Well, basically, what problem? The problem, or even with Project Shepard, I can just talk to it. So basically, to answer your question, the problem is that someone's probably really good at what they do, right? They're probably a plumber and they're just too busy to answer a phone because they're too busy, doing the plumbing thing. Or maybe they're dog groomers and they're too busy grooming dogs to answer the phone. So the pain point is that I want to be able to, look at their business, implement AI from where it goes, right? Using services that go high level offers. And, I want to talk to somebody like they're the business owner. They're not going to understand marketing terms, what prospects are, cold, hot leads. No, they don't understand any of that. The problem is that they can't afford a person to answer the phone because, and they're probably not really good at computers because they're really good at what they do. All right. So, let me know if that helps. Let's see what it does. And then again, you just talk to the thing like you wanted to talk to it. So let me see. We'll put that in. That helps. That helps a lot. I can see you're really focused on helping skilled tradespeople and service providers who are stretched too thin. Let me make sure I understand this correctly. The core problem is these business owners are experts at the craft, plumbing, dog grooming, but they're losing business because they can't answer calls while working, can't afford to hire someone, and aren't tech savvy enough to set up complicated systems themselves. Does that capture it? Now, here's my next question. What's exactly happening after you implement your AI solutions? Walk me through the typical scenario. So basically, the whole idea is that someone would go to the website, they would schedule an appointment on the calendar, and then they could kind of experience the service for themselves, right? Once they get to the website, they can pick a time on the calendar. It'll send them emails, and it'll send them text message reminders. And, well, they can go to other websites and check out chat widgets, which I haven't set the chat widget up yet, which will be done soon enough. And then I also have a phone number where they can talk to an AI, and the AI will ask them a few questions and set up, a call for them to talk to me personally. And the whole booking experience is just them experiencing that service to begin with, and then the sales should be pretty easy because they'll see how it works and they'll see how it implements into their business. Now, if they don't have a good website or something like that, the whole inspection gathering meeting is to find out what their systems are like and how we can implement, workflows and AI to, make things easy. Now, the big issue is AI is moving so fast, like nobody's going to be able to keep up with it except for geeks like me that travel around the country to learn the newest, latest trends. And, well, I'm not sitting here to blow anybody's mind. I'm just sitting here to fix the problem of being able to grow your business without breaking the bank. So here he goes again. It's going to ask me more questions again because it wants to get it right. When someone books an initial appointment through your calendar, what happens during the actual meeting call? Well, basically, when they schedule a meeting, we're going to find out how they operate their business, what their funnel is like, or what their selling process is like, or how they take somebody cold and make them warm or hot. and what they're doing with customers that they already have. So it all kind of depends on, what they have, what they don't have, and what would make most sense to them. So basically, the whole idea would be sit down with them, find out what they need, send them a monthly offer. Well, set up a consultation call, set it up for them, give them like 2 weeks a free trial, and then once the free trial's over, it would just go to a regular paid service. So I don't really want to talk too much about price, because it's kind of like, well, how much service do you need? We'll figure that out on the call. So maybe this thing asks quite a few questions, but since you're asking me, I was able to implement AI services into my own company, and I own a DJ company, and I started at $100,000 and worked my way up to $420K this year, implementing the AI services that would help somebody else be able to do the same, basically model and modify. So the major thing that helped me with my DJ company was that, I have a widget on my website, and then people can talk to that and get the information that they need, and it pushes them to a calendar. And then I just sit down with them Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday and do a sales call, and then, of course, send out a contract. And that helps me free up time to, make YouTube videos, which, again, this is going to be the last question I'm going to allow you to ask me, because I'm going to need the material to go over so I can finish up this YouTube video, because I'm screen recording live now. So after a few questions, we finally got a result. And this is one of the reasons why Project Shepard just blows the other ones away. It asked me all these questions to make sure I got it right. And then it also did the tone, so it can be written from me. So here we go. Quick question. How many calls are you missing while you're actually doing the work you're good at? If you're like most service business owners, you're probably amazing at your craft, but answering the phone while you're in the middle of a job, that's a whole different story. Here's the thing. You can't afford to hire someone full time, and you're not trying to become a tech expert. You just want to stop losing business. That's exactly why I built AI Biz Inspection. I'm a business owner too. I took my DJ business from 100 to 420K this year by letting AI handle my follow-ups and bookings. No joke. I just sit down for the sales call Monday through Wednesday. Now, instead of chasing leads 24/7, same system. Your business, no computer degree needed. Want to see how it works? Just book a call on my calendar. You'll experience the AI for yourself through the booking process. That's the whole point. Go to the website. Let's stop leaving money on the table. The other AIs talk to you like you have a college degree. You just want to talk to somebody like a normal human being. Talk to them in terms that they'll understand. Don't expect everybody to be a marketer like you are. Know what a cold lead is or what a prospect is. That's how a computer would talk. Or that's how other AI marketers would talk to each other. It's not how you talk to somebody who's spent their whole life, on a roof, doing roofing or landscaping or whatever else, right? Dog groomers. They're not going to say prospect. They might say lead, maybe not. They just look at them as people. Very important to understand. So I'll leave some links down below. And if you're just getting started out, Project Shepard's the way to go. And it also will take any old copy that you have, you could put it in there, and it'll rewrite it for you. It'll ask you all the questions that I just went through. Even though I told it to stop, it just kept asking questions because it wanted to get it right. And I can't express enough how important copy is, because you could be sending out a lot of emails and not getting anywhere because you're not talking to people like they're humans. I was able to check out 4 different AIs, and I'm not sponsored by any of these AIs. It's just what I use in my business. And anytime I've sat someone down to write an email, or any of my assistants that write emails to any of the clients with the DJ business that I have, and if there's something super important that needs to be written, I just skip past all the other AIs. And if something has to be done and it has to be done right, I go straight to Project Shepard, and it nails it every single time. And it'll ask the right question before it gives me even one answer. And then even once it gives you the first answer, you can tell it to rewrite it again. And it's just perfection on top of perfection. And, well, I'll leave a link down below. Tell Frank Kern I said hi. I'll catch you in the next video.